Hi Aries, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for September. I hope everybody is well. I am going to take a quick second to remind everyone that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Aries out there, so guys, just take what resonates for you, leave the rest for someone else. Keep in mind that in a general reading, the energies can reverse. So if it is resonating, get in where you fit in. But as always, Aries, please don't force yourself into a reading that is not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Aries? Aries. All right. Well, your energy's popping out pretty fast. You're starting out with the Queen of Wands. We have the Chariot and the Page of Wands. Yeah, so this is good energy, Aries. I love this for you. I see some forward movement. I see you stepping into your power as a fire sign here. I feel like you're being very proactive towards something that you are feeling very passionate about, or it could be like a new spark of something. This could be a new person as well. But I do feel like you're moving forward, and you're moving forward in a very balanced and empowered way. So this is nice energy for you. I like this. Let me see. There could be some communication or some flirtation with somebody, but you're also in this glow up energy. I love that for you. People are enjoying being around you. They're very attracted towards you. You may have had some upgrades in like maybe your clothing, or I don't know, maybe you've lost some weight. I don't know, but there's definitely an upgrade here in the way that you are looking and presenting to the world. And not only that, in your like inner self, people really are enjoying being around you. So let's see who's in your energy. Show me who is in Aries energy. All right, so we have the Ten of Wands in the reverse. We have the Hangman and the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. So this is somebody who is wanting to resolve a problem with you. There could have been a lot of problems in this connection, a lot of difficulties, and they want to resolve that, but they're not really putting the effort into it currently. They're waiting. They're waiting because they feel like if they come, towards you, it's going to be painful for them in some manner. But they want to. They're just not putting the effort into doing so. So let me see the energy between Aries and this person. All right, we have the Hierophant and we have the Five of Cups. This person's regretful for something that they've done here. With the Hierophant, you guys could be going through some sort of a spiritual ascension, or you could be involved here in some kind of an established organization. I do feel like you would have liked to have had a commitment with this person, or you may have had a commitment with them. But this person is very sad. There's something that they're looking at that they're regretting. They're wondering if the love is still there. It's also possible that some of you guys may be in another connection now, because you're showing up with this Hierophant and they're showing up, feeling regret. So I'm wondering if some of you guys might have met somebody new, and you're looking at this new connection as being somebody you could have a commitment with, or you're moving in that direction, and this person's now regretful for, past problems between the two of you. They still love you though, I can see that. Let me see what's affecting this connection. Yeah, there was an ending. Ace of Cups in the reverse. This was a love connection and there was an ending. And some of you guys have moved on, and you're contemplating or, being involved, like a commitment with someone, or you already are. Let me see the outcome. Show me the outcome at the end of the week between Aries and this person. That's too many cards. Show me the energy between Aries and this person. The Knight of Wands. There could be some communication here. Yeah, there might be some communication. This could have been a connection where things were on and off. Maybe this person wasn't willing to give you the commitment that you were looking for. I do feel like there will be some communication, but I don't see this person putting any effort into the situation. It's like they want to resolve problems with you, but they are waiting. There's a waiting, and while they're waiting, they're not really doing anything about the situation. Yeah, this person could be a player. At the worst, this person is a player, but at best, they're just inconsistent. Now, the bottom of the deck, we have the Hermit. You could be involved with a Virgo, could also be a Taurus here. But as an underlying energy, the Hermit indicates that you both are kind of withdrawn from one another. There's likely a lack of communication or separation from this person. I do feel like this person's trying to figure out how to resolve the problems, but they're sitting in a lot of regret right now. And I feel like you are not really talking to this person. So, but you may hear from them by the end of the week. So let's let's clarify this. It looks to me like you've moved on, Aries, and you're headed straight into some other kind of connection. Let me see. Why is the Queen of Wands here for Aries? All right, we have the Strength card, we have the Ten of Cups reversed, and we have the Four of Cups. You might be holding a little bit of a grudge against this person, because I feel like it took a lot for you to get to this point where you feel empowered again, where you feel like you were able to move on, because you went through a lot of unhappiness here. And it's because of the inconsistency here, or a player. I feel like you have to be very guarded with this person. And I feel like it took a lot for you to overcome this unhappiness and to kind of step back into your power. And you have done that. You have done that. So you're guarding yourself against this person. And some of you might have a little bit of a grudge. You know, you're kind of holding a little grudge. Not everybody, but some of you might. Why is the Chariot here? Queen of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, you've moved on. So you've moved on. This is someone from your past, Aries, and you've moved on. And it looks like a lot of you are in another connection, or you are headed in that direction. And this is somebody that you do love. You do love, but Ace of Pentacles, you feel that this would be a very stable connection. Somebody out there may have moved in, with regard to work. You may have gotten a significant increase in income by moving, and you may have started something new that you're really enjoying as well. That's a side note. But what I am seeing is that a lot of you guys, it took everything you had to come out of this unhappiness that you experienced with this person. And you have done it. You've successfully done it. You're moving on, and you're either in another commitment already, or you're headed in that direction. And it's somebody you love. It's not just a fling. Why is this Page of Wands here? The World and the Queen of Wands reversed. Interesting. Yeah. So when you met this person, you were not in this new person. When you met this new person, you were not in the best place. Yeah, you were feeling kind of powerless. You weren't in a really great place, and it's related to this person that you were involved with. You've ended that cycle, and you've moved towards somebody new. And if it's not in a commitment, you feel like it could head in that direction. So you've closed out the cycle with this person that's showing up in your energy, and you've moved on. So let's look at their energy. I feel like they're still holding on to you, and that's why they're showing up. Why is the Ten of Wands in reverse? Yeah, here they come. Knight of Swords. Five of Cups reversed. They're tired of feeling sad. They're tired of being in regret. They've been sitting here waiting, maybe waiting for you to come towards them, not putting any effort into this. And, they're realizing hey, you know, I really screwed things up here. So what they're doing is they're coming in to see if there's a possibility for the two of you to work this out. They're regretful of something that was done or said. They're looking back at the past, and they don't want to be in that energy anymore. So they're coming towards you with communication. Why is the Hangman here? Knight of Pentacles reversed and the Five of Swords. So they kept themselves stuck. They kept themselves stuck because of pride and arrogance. Yeah, they weren't coming towards you. They weren't offering you anything. They had you waiting, and they knew it. They knew it. You know, I don't really care for the Five of Swords energy. It's the energy of somebody that, you know, is selfish. It's self-serving card. It's somebody who only fights for what they want, and they don't care who gets hurt in the process. So it does look like there was likely some conflict between the two of you, either because this person had you waiting or because of all this stuck energy. This person was in a state of pride and arrogance and refusing to move towards you with any kind of substantial offer. Now they're regretful of that. Let me see why the Eight of Pentacles is in reverse. This person's not very grounded, and that's why this connection has been on and off. All right, we have the Eight of Wands, the Hierophant reversed. Now you have the Hierophant in the upright and the Tower. So while they haven't been putting in any effort, they don't know if you're in this connection or not. They're hoping that you're not, and if they find that you are, they're hoping that that will end. See, what's happened is this ended between you and them because they didn't put in any effort. Now, there's going to be news that reaches them, and it's likely that you've moved on, that's causing a Tower moment. And I feel like the Tower moment was delayed because they weren't examining what happened. They were avoiding everything. So it's a delayed Tower moment. And when this person, you know, talks to you, when they figure this out, I feel like they're going to come towards you. It'll likely be impulsive because they're going to be in their feels and they're tired of being in that energy. So they're going to come towards you, wanting to work things out. And I feel like you're going to be like, I don't know that I want to do that anymore. There could be a physical distance between the two of you at this point as well. But it's going to cause another Tower moment when you basically say, I'm not down for this. Let me look at the energy between Aries and this person. But this person kept you waiting. They were in a state of arrogance and pride. They didn't want to come towards you. They likely wanted you to chase after them. Maybe this is somebody who's used to being chased after. Ten of Coins in the reverse. Eight of Swords reversed. And Judgment in reverse. Wow. Yeah, so I feel like you're striking this up as a loss. You're like, yeah, there's no stability here. This person's not thinking about the long term. And you're not worried about them. You're just not worried about them anymore because you have someone else. So you freed yourself from this. It took a lot for you to do that, though. It was not easy, and I can see that. It was a deep loss for you. And there could be family or close friends that could be involved in some manner, and that made it even harder. In their energy, they know that they made a bad judgment call in this. They know they did. And they're worried that you're not going to reconnect with them, that you won't come back together. And it looks like they have every reason to worry. So they're definitely feeling this loss. Let me see why the Ace of Cups is reversed between Aries and this person. Star card reversed and the Two of Cups. Yeah, they're going to come towards you. They're going to tell you, you know, they feel like you're soulmates. They'll be the one reaching out. I can tell you that. I feel like you just look at this as an unbalanced connection. I do feel like you have love for this person, but you've moved on. You've moved on, and you feel like this is just an unbalanced connection, and now you may have moved towards somebody new, and if you haven't, you're likely to. Either way, I feel like you don't feel that this connection can be healed. Let me see why the Knight of Wands is here. Show me the outcome between Aries and this person. Page of Pentacles reversed. The King of Cups. And the Four of Swords reversed. Interesting, yep. If they do live at a distance, they're likely to travel towards you. There would have been a gap in the communication, so you may be out of contact with this person, but what's going to happen is they're going to make this offer to you, and I feel like you're going to turn them down. Yeah, they want to talk about the two of you. They want to work things out, and when you turn them down, it's going to be a real tower moment for this person. I do feel like you have found someone else, and if you haven't, you're going to, because you have this King of Cups here. You're showing as a Queen of Cups, so you do have a true soulmate connection coming in. It'll be somebody new, and some of you have met that person. Others of you will be meeting that person, but it's after you close out all of this. And I do feel like regardless if you've met that the new person or not, you'll be closing this out, period. I am seeing for the new person, likely a Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. For the person that's in your energy, you could be dealing with a Gemini, Taurus, Scorpio. Pisces is here. Yeah, I think that's all I'm seeing. So, yeah, I just don't feel like you're willing to deal with this person anymore. So, oh, look at that. Bottom of the deck is the Empress. So during this time apart, you guys were basically moving into that Empress energy, understanding your value, understanding your worth, knowing that you don't have to chase after anyone. And I really do believe, Aries, that this person wanted you to chase them. So instead, you moved into the Empress energy, and you're attracting, and you're doing a great job of it, because I'm telling you, you've got somebody that has either come in or is coming in. All right, so I'm going to pull an oracle card for Aries. We'll see if we can get any further guidance for you. Pulling for Aries. All right, so you have number 21. It's called Grove. So let me read that for you. Give me just a second, please. All right, so this is all about healing wounds and mending your heart. Yeah, and I see that energy here. It says, now is the time to apologize to anyone you've harmed, make your friendships whole again, and choose healing over anger and pain. Choosing my beautiful grove is a powerful sign that you are at a wondrous and strong time in your life. Show compassion and kindness to others. No one is perfect yet. Imperfection is perfect as it is. If you are hurting, know that it will pass and that I watch over you. If someone you love is hurting, take this time to be there for this person. The sacred grove heals all aches and pains, especially a heart that has been wounded. Beautiful. So that just tells me that, you know, after everything you went through with this person, that you definitely do have healing that's coming in. This person's going to approach you to make amends. Some of you may want to, you know, allow them to make amends and resolve the conflict, depending upon the situation, of course, and just part as friends. So in any event, I do hope that this has been helpful for you. If you've resonated with this reading, Aries, please hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. And until I see you in your next reading, Aries, know that you are loved, and namaste.